Somit, who tracks the space also pretty closely, joining in to tell us as to why this kind of downtick in terms of Vodafone Idea. I think the 15% is the kind of cut, Somit, that we are seeing. And I think one of the biggest downticks since September of 2024. What's wrong?
Well, the reason why Vodafone Idea share prices are down, there are two reasons basically. Firstly is the fact that the street was expecting a 50% waiver to come in when it comes to the AGR due, but nothing has been so far announced when it comes to the waiver. So that's the first reason. And the second reason is, if you see the share price move over the last 1 month, over the last 1.5 months, it has moved up significantly. So a lot of long build-up is something that we had seen on anticipation of this 50% waiver, which has not come through, and that's the reason we are seeing this kind of a sharp reaction coming in the share price of Vodafone Idea. It's down nearly 15%. So what has what has the cabinet approved as of now? They've approved a package for Vodafone Idea, which includes a 5-year moratorium and no comment so far on the waiver side. But do remember, if there is any waiver that the cabinet decides to give to Vodafone Idea, that will definitely be taken positively by the street. But at this moment, it is just a moratorium that has been announced, and that's the reason we are seeing this kind of a downtick. Now, VIP repayment has been rescheduled. This repayment was supposed to start from FY26. Now it will start from FY31, and it will last for over 10 years. So it will go up to FY41. The earlier repayment schedule was for 5 years. It started from FY26 and was supposed to get completed by FY31. So now they are getting more 5 years, and this payment will start from FY31. And no interest or penalty will be charged on the extension of this moratorium that we are seeing at this moment. Now, what happens apart from that? If you look at the due amount that Vodafone Idea has, now PTI is sourcing an amount of close to 87,000 crore rupees, but as per the company, post the second quarter earnings call that they did, they mentioned that their AGR due on the balance sheet stands at close to 78,500 crore rupees. So this is as per the company, but PTI is quoting an amount of 87,000. And if you look at the breakup of the total debt that Vodafone Idea currently has on the book, the spectrum debt stands at close to 1,22,430 crore. AGR at 78,500, bank and other liability stands at close to 1,530, which brings the gross debt amount to close to 2.02 lakh crore. Cash was close to 3,000 crore. So the net debt amount stands at close to 1.99 lakh crore rupees as of the second quarter of FY26. Now, if there would have been no moratorium, then the company would have to pay close to 16,400 crore rupees annually starting FY26 till FY31. So that now the company did not to pay, and this amount will get extended by another 5 years. And this FY26, the amount that the company had to pay of 16,400 was a very tall task for the company, given the fact that the cash EBITDA that the company is expected to generate in an annual year was close to 10,000 crore rupees. So anyways, they would have not been able to pay this amount. And now, given the fact that the company has received a moratorium, this could help the company to deploy this cash towards their capital expenditure, which could help them to get more customers. However, that is still not clear. This could help them, and this could also help the company to raise more capital for capital expenditure going forward. So these two are a possibility that could happen going forward, but the street was anticipating a 50% AGR waiver to come in, but that has not come in. The government has just provided so far a moratorium for the next 5 years.